Thank you very much, sir. Two very striking points which sir has given us is that peace cannot be achieved without the rule of law. And law should be equal to everybody, irrespective of caste, creed and community. These are the two very striking points which sir gave us, and hope everybody will receive it properly. Because as A.G. Gardner says, in a civilized society, the policeman has become a necessary symbol, unfortunately. And we know how much peace will prevail on the roads if the traffic lights are not working and if the policeman is not there. So that is the reason why we need a rule of law, and we also need universal law or the same law for everybody. Thank you very much, sir. May I now request Mr. Farooq Ali Khan, founder and chairman, Amir Peace Foundation, to kindly address us. President of USA. And the Amirpet, the popular place in Hyderabad, is named after his father, Mr. Subedar Amir Ali Khan.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sudha, Madam Principal, Dr. Shobna, and my friend, Mr. Vasant Rao, Chairman Vasant Rao. I'm grateful to the Vanita College and the staff and the principal and these honorable students who are present in this great auditorium. And the foundation is grateful to the rest of the faculty members of Vanita College for giving us this opportunity to observe this International Peace Day or World Peace Day. And I am also grateful to my friend, Dr. Bhagya Narayan, Vice Chancellor of Pamur University, and my good friend, Professor Purushottam Reddy. Without his help, without his guidance, without his inspiration, I think it would have been very, very difficult to achieve some of the things which Foundation has already achieved and attempting to achieve. And also, Satyanarayan Sahab, father of Vice Chancellor Bhagya Narayan, who was instrumental and kind enough and very generous with his time in helping us draft several pages of narrative to register our foundation. His legal expertise and his time has benefited all of us. And I'm grateful to you, Mr. Satyanarayan, for all that help. And of course, Dr. Raj Narayan. I tell you that I don't know what kind of a city this would have been without Raj Narayan, Dr. Raj Narayan. He is instrumental and is hardworking. He has so much energy. I don't know where he gets all this energy from, but he's never reluctant to organize a program like this, especially International Peace Day. And it is proper that Subedar Ahmed Ali Khan Global Peace Foundation to observe this International Peace Day, hopefully religiously every year. And also I'm thankful to the faculty of Osmania University and Dr. Ansari, Justice Ansari, who is here. Dr. Balakrishna, thank you so much, sir, for gracing this occasion with your presence. We are grateful to you. And of course, once again, the thinking audience, the thinking students of Vanita College and the thinking faculty, far-sighted faculty, you are on the right side, sir, Mr. Chairman, of history. And your staff is on the right side of history by giving us this opportunity to conduct this program. And I am very happy with the NCC cadets. I used to be NCC cadet at one time. I was in the air wing. I was in the junior wing as well as in the senior wing. I remember during the aggression, Chinese aggression, I was given 3 bullets and 1 rifle to guard the center, telecommunication center in Secunderabad. So I asked my warrant officer, I remember Mukherjee, I said, how am I able to protect with 3 bullets? He said, do whatever you can. So for 3 days, we took turns and we guarded the center. We guarded that center day and night. And usually the nighttime duty was sort of fun, because if you are in a uniform, fun in the sense that we'll go around the perimeter of the building and we'll see that there is nothing happening. It was peace and quiet anyhow, and everything went smooth. So conflict resolution, international peace, United Nations unanimously agreed to observe international peace on 21st September. But where is peace? The elusive peace. Has the World War I really ended? Has the World War II really ended? I don't think so. We are comfortable in our cities over here. We are comfortable with our travel. We are comfortable with our lifestyle. But as those civilians, as those soldiers who in uniform, because of whatever motives, I don't understand the motives. And millions and millions and millions of people are dying every day, and cities have been destroyed. And United Nations is totally helpless. The peaceful leaders of the world are helpless. And it looks sometimes the evil is succeeding in creating fear, in creating hatred. And I can assure you, all of us, with you youngsters especially in this audience, in this auditorium, Mr. Chairman, Basant Rao Sahab, evil will not prevail, evil will not succeed. And only good will overcome evil. And that's the way it should be. And I tell you what we want actually, an ordinary man in the street, you talk whether it's here in America or Europe or Nigeria or India or Afghanistan or Pakistan, they all want a little better life. And why can't we provide them with a better life? But Professor Purushottam Reddy has covered all the areas. And I think it would be redundant, and to be honest with you, even if I try, I don't think I can come to his eloquence. And Dr. Sudha has covered quite a bit. But let's hope that we learn lessons from our past. But I will not, my good friend Professor Purushottam Reddy, he's an intellectual, he's a philosopher, he's a thinker. Absolutely, there is no question about it. I don't think I have heard any professor or any, perhaps maybe I have not heard, maybe there are millions of them in the city. He has covered the scenario all over the world for the past several decades which was happening. And he has brought us to today. And I was talking to him a few nights ago. And as I was going through the history of erstwhile Hyderabad, let me caution you, caution the current leadership and the future leadership, the current government, the future leadership should pay attention to it. The things were horrible in erstwhile Hyderabad in the 40s. And the government was sleeping. And they were not paying attention to what was happening in the rural areas and the surrounding areas. And eventually, we know that Hyderabad merged into the Indian Union. And who suffered after that? The atrocities of the people who were in power at that time. During the Nizam's time. And Nizam probably, he was sitting in his palace and probably he was never getting any advice. Ordinary people in the rural areas were suffering and losing their life and the property. And feudalism was there. Now we have a rural feudalism. There is lawlessness even in the city. So let's get back to the city, and we cannot, I think it was Dr. Sudha who mentioned that in opening remarks. That we have to work as a community first, as a family first, as a college first, as a city first, and a state first, then a country, then as a nation. And there is so much lawlessness in our city. And it reminds me of the days of erstwhile Hyderabad from late 30s until we merged into the Indian Union. Tremendous lawlessness. We don't have feudalism anymore, but we do have urban feudalism going on. And it is going unchecked by our government. You go not far from here, the periphery of the city, thugs are ruling our city. It's a de facto government they're running. And we talked about law being applied fairly to all people. Law should be for all. There should not be any discrimination we touched. There should not be any segregation we touched. And there should not be any untouchability. We should not make our decisions like my Professor Purushottam Reddy said that. And Dr. Sudha also said that, based on the caste, creed, religion, etc., whatever affiliation we have. And we have a tremendous problem.